Addis Ababa is the largest city and capital of Ethiopia with a population of close to 5 million people. In this video, we present to you the reasons as to why Addis Ababa is referred to as the political capital of Africa. And if this is your first time here, my name is Gani and this is the African Myth Show, where I spread good vibes about the African continent. So if you want to learn more about the African continent and African culture in general, please consider subscribing, turn the bell notification on as well, so that whenever I have a new video out, I get you notified. And also at every end of my videos, I give you a free Swahili lesson. This is simply because Swahili is the most spoken language on the African continent. Addis Ababa is the capital of Ethiopia, a country found in the Horn of Africa. This is around the East African region, and in case you didn't know, Ethiopia is the only African country that was never colonized. This was because of the great leadership of Emperor Haile Selassie. It is believed that because of his strong leadership, Ethiopia was able to fight off Italians that had come to invade and colonize Ethiopia. This was done by Ethiopians coming together to fight off the Italians, and also there's a story that says they were able to use beastly animals like lions and leopards to basically fight off these Italians that had come to invade them. So for that reason, Ethiopia remains the only African country that was never colonized by any external power. Addis Ababa houses the headquarters of the African Union. This organization brings together all African nations, and it's responsible for roles like the social, economic, and political stability of the African continent. The chairperson of this union is often chosen from one of the African states, and this has a cycle of 1 year. So currently in 2020, Cyril Ramaphosa, the South African president, is the chairperson of this union, and he will be able to take it up to February 2021. At least this is the only African leadership where leaders don't have to extend their terms and also dictate on what they exactly want to be done. Anyhow, that was a joke. It's under this union where different African heads of state meet to agree on different terms, like maybe bilateral or multilateral trade tariffs, then security on the African continent, and so many other things that present common interests on the African continent. So the fact that this union's headquarters are found in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, this really tells you what role Ethiopia or what role Addis Ababa plays on the African continent. It is also in Addis Ababa where you'll find the headquarters of the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa and so many other international organizations on the African continent. The main language spoken in Addis Ababa is the Amharic language, and this is spoken by over 70% of the population in Addis Ababa. This is simply because the Amhara ethnic group was among the earliest settlers around the Addis Ababa area. Tourism is also on the rise in Addis Ababa and Ethiopia in general, because in 2015, Ethiopia was named the #1 tourist spot in the world by the European Council on Tourism and Trade. And then when it comes to the infrastructure, Addis Ababa has some of the best architectural buildings and roads on the African continent. These include the Mexico Square Tower, the African Union Conference Center, the Angola World Trade Center Tower, and so many other buildings. To move fast around Addis Ababa, you would need to use one of the bus companies that are available in Addis Ababa, or you can opt for an Uber to get you to any point or part of the city. There's also a railway network around the city, so this can also help you move from one point of the city to another point of the city. And for our Swahili lesson for today, there are basically two words. This is mrefu and fupi. So mrefu is a word we can use to mean tall, and fupi is a word that we can use to mean short. So for example, if I'm to say yeye ni mrefu, so this is basically a translation that maybe he is tall. And then if I'm to say maybe he's short, I would say yeye ni mfupi. So this is how you can use these words in a sentence. And that was our Swahili lesson for today. So in case you found this video very helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to please consider subscribing to the channel, turn the bell notification on as well, so that whenever I have a new video out, I get you notified. Thank you so much for watching. Watch this next video.